today we're going to be looking at the skew chisel, a tool that a lot of people don't like or are being told don't use it, it's a horrible tool to use. Most times it's down to not knowing how to use it correctly or tool rest height settings. So let's just look at the profile of this tool. I grind mine about 23 degrees on the side, each side. The top is about 25 to 30 degrees. It varies, so again, don't get too hung up about it. But them are some of the basic settings. Width wise, we'll look at once we look at the piece of wood on the lathe. So we'll just get rid of that joint and then we'll go back and look at the piece of wood on the lathe. So again, I've got a piece of softwood in. One of the secrets with using a skew is don't have the tool rest as low as you would normally, because if you do, it's the top point or the long point. Let's just go over the tool. You've got the main shaft here, you've got the heel, which is the line between the flat shaft and the bevel. We've got the toe, which is the longest part, and the heel, and that's American terminology. In the UK we tend to use long point and short point, which makes it clearer. So we use it long point up when we're going to be doing a planing cut. Now if the tool rest is too low, the top point, which is the one that does catch, is very, very close to a wood and potentially will catch and dig in. Let's bring the tool rest up so it's on centre height or even just a fraction above. To set the tool rest up. Now the long point is clear of a piece of wood and it should be cutting off the wood a third to a half from the bottom point or the short point. And that's where it should be cutting. And if it's cutting there, unless you move the handle round, it will not dig in. Now, I mentioned about the width. If I've got a narrow piece of wood on, this at 3/4 inch is fine. If I've got a piece of wood, what's say 2 inch diameter or more, the top point, which is the long point, can get very close to a piece of wood. So normally the wider a piece of wood, the wider the tool you really require, especially when you learn at beginning. So a small piece of wood like this, 1.5 inch, 37mm, it is fine, and it's softwood, so it makes it easier. Speed again, don't go too slow. I've got mine on 2000. So let's just use this tool. So what's the secret? On the tool rest, have the handle rolled back to the lathe. Now then just place the tool onto the wood when the lathe's running and gradually bring the handle towards you. It will come off the heel onto the bevel and then finally onto the cutting edge. Once you've got that angle, try to keep that angle. Lock it against your body and then move on your legs so it keeps it in the same orientation all the way across. Always start on the wood as well, never start off the end, because that again is when we have problems. So let's just put this into practice. So again, handle back, bring it slowly round. So again, not holding it too firmly. Then it started to cut there. Keep that position, lock your elbows into your side and just slide along. You're not looking to take a lot of material off, you're looking to take a small amount off to give a finer finish. As you can see, very, very fine shavings, and that has smoothed that up an awful lot. you're better taking 2 cuts than 1 heavy cut. So let's just take another cut, clean that surface up properly. So again, on the heel, bevel, now it's cutting, and you can see it's cutting about 1/3 from the bottom, which is fine. Just keeping that angle all the way across. Stop the lathe and let's have a look at that. And that is a very smooth surface. That does not require hardly any sanding. So that's a planing cut. The other thing this tool can be used for is cutting V's. Now we need to drop the tool rest back down to just below centre, so the tip of the tool is on centre height. So how do we do this? We have the long point down, square 90 degrees to the surface, slide it, handle down, slide it up the tool rest, the tip of the point will just touch, and lift the handle up, and you can see that's the initial cut. Now I've moved my handle to my left. Now my tip of my tool, the long point which is downwards, is about 1 millimetre from that initial cut. So just slide it up and then lift, and you'll see the piece of wood coming out. Now we go from the other side, so to the right, again keeping the tool vertical in that respect, handle down, is cutting, slide forward on the tool rest, so pushing into a piece of wood, and lift the handle up at the same time, so it's down, lift and slide forward. And that's got a very clean V-cut. Again, it's a tool that just takes some practice. Practice doing a parallel cut on a piece of wood to smooth it up. Just keep doing it over and again. But again, don't hold it right knuckles, because that makes it worse. Hold it firmly in your hands, but not so tight that all your muscles tense up in your arm, and you'll find it's a lot easier. So remember, planing cut, tool rest a lot higher, centre or just slightly above, so it takes this long point here away from the wood, gives you a lot more clearance. So thank you for watching this, and then we'll complete the series with the parting tool. So see you later.